And
Yeah.
speaking of the long term, I think Bayu, you mentioned that the market is still very early, still far from being saturated. But I think if you guys are doing your work well, then eventually it will become there. Eventually there will become more players in the space, and that's actually a good thing. So, what for you, from your perspective, will make Elevarm continue to stand out as the market progresses and matures in the long term? And how do you see Elevarm, say, like maybe even 20, 30 years from now, if you guys are
Mm.
still working in the space, like how would you see Elevarm being referred to or being remembered, being looked at?
I think the strength of what we do is not just we're very committed and very focused in what we do, not just like I mentioned, be agnostic, being opportunistic in the market because we're being opportunistic and it means that we don't focus on certain, so we just like shifting from left to right. So we're very committed, very focused on what we do. We cover very upstream focused operation that means end to end from the beginning to the end. We're working closely with the farmers. We're very convinced with our models because right now it's, I wouldn't say fully proven, but I think we're getting to that state in shorter time, right? So to really fully prove our models, yeah. So I think the closeness working with the farmers, not just looking by the data remotely in the headquarters. So even the tech team right now is frequently moving around the operational area so that they empathize in what they built. So they're not just hearing from the reports from the ops team, oh, okay, they need that. Okay, we code that and then ship it. No, they need to go down, talk with the farmers, engage with them, visit their lands, get your hands dirty with with what they do, so that you can build very fitting solution for them. So I think that's what makes Elevarm quite different, at least what we have seen in the market right now. Not just that, but also we're very, I would say, cost conscious. We're very meticulous in spending every rupiah in one particular area, make sure the ROI is good, it's impactful as well, it's sustainable as well, it's scalable as well. A lot of factors. So it doesn't mean that we're quite rigid company. No, we're not rigid. We're actually very dynamic, very flexible. But the intelligence, the experience, combining both tech, business, science, and operations makes our, I would say, business is quite structured. And I wouldn't say the best in the area. No, I think we're on the track for profitability.
Yeah, and focus and profitability are very strongly related. If you're focused on what really is bringing in the money for the business, then more likely than not, you're on the right track. And for Febi, I wanted for you to tackle the second part of my question earlier, which is like 20, 30 years from now, what will Elevarm be known for? And by that time, hopefully there will be a booming agritech industry across the value chain, right? And what will Elevarm be known for?
That's interesting question, Folo. Actually, 20 years, 30 years from now, right? So, yeah, we've always believed that agriculture should be more transparent. There's no information asymmetry, right? So farmers who basically done most of the jobs, right? Starting from planting, budgeting, and then they also have to do all of the farming jobs, putting harvesting. But now they receive less than the other stakeholders, let's say the traders, right? Honestly, an industry that's more fair, people who done most of the jobs could also receive more reward in terms of that. And I want to also see that agriculture industry to be much more sustainable, and of course, financially for the farmers, right? But also for the environment, because now agriculture is one of the biggest contributors to the greenhouse gas emission, right? It is a serious issue. Because if there's no change in the way we do farming, then we'll keep producing even more bad gases to the air. And then the earth that we live in will be not possible to be a place where we can do other things as well, including living, right, etc. So I think agriculture connects to lots of aspects of our life. It's where our food comes, and it's also ironically, where most of the bad gases also come from, right? So we need to really take care of that. So, and Elevarm as a company, we want to be seen as a company that promotes good agricultural practices, improving farmers' livelihood and welfare, while also contributing positively to the ecosystem, to the environment. So maybe the one line for that is that we want to keep answering the question on how to produce food for everyone without compromising our future generations and also our generation, right? So meaning that making farmers much more sustainable in terms of environment, financial, etc. And as for the, as mentioned by you, right, making farming great again, so that everyone, we don't have to worry about who would be the next generation of farmers, etc. So we want to promote that farming can be a really good source of income. It's also a job that is really, it's taking care of the land and its properties and also the balance of the ecosystem. So it's beyond money. So I think that's something that we want to achieve. And if I may cite from the Tesla motto, we are accelerating transition, as Tesla say, for the world towards a more sustainable energy. But in our case, we are accelerating transition for the world into a more sustainable farming and agriculture industry. So I think that's the thing that we want to be known for in the industry.
Yeah, really beyond farming itself, even just like the future of food and the way that like even how Indonesians will be eating in the future. I think there's definitely
Yeah.
I see a domino effect there, and I guess 20 years from now, let's get back and see how things are.